Yeah, I was watching the game early, and I saw Joe Mixon kind of running up the middle, kind of get smashed, and you were talking about, just how to hit the hole better, and I was like, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look like Sean McVay's offense. Like, Zach Taylor is supposed to come in and put in the Sean McVay outside zone stretch, play action pass, and then I finally started to see it. I started seeing Joe Mixon and the offensive line start to move bodies. And then they came out on the backside, and they were able to make the play-action passes off of that. So here's the outside zone. The offensive line really started moving guys. And then you can come out the backside with the play-action, and that really kind of opened up their entire offense. And, from then on out, it was almost like, and you heard Joe talk about it with our set after, it's like, Coach, just let me go. We got this. They can't stop us. And then they went from this set to an empty set. And really, Joe, that's where he thrives now, because that's kind of like, Zach Taylor's offense, and then, Joe is more pocket passer, cerebral, see in the field, and so they had kind of both things going, and they ended up making the game-winning play on that screen in empty because he knew what was happening. The field was stretched out. I could see where I want to go. Made a great audible, stood in the pocket, made a great throw. So I just thought it was a brilliant game plan. It all worked together cohesively, so hopefully they can keep that going a little bit.
Yeah, plenty to celebrate in Cincinnati, but for the Jags, man, it's been rough to start this year. How do they make, or stop rather, losing from becoming a habit here?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, they have made progress over the last 2 weeks. And when you think about it, they have been up in the last 2 weeks at halftime and really held the lead part of the second half. The problem is, they don't have the experience to close those leads out. And that comes with just maturity and experience and doing it over and over again. And that's what happens a lot of times to young teams. I remember my first couple of years in the league with the Chargers, we didn't have enough on offense or defense to close out games. We will be in every single game, but in critical moments of the game, like in the fourth quarter, Cincinnati is driving the football, and Jacksonville is about to get a stop. It's 3rd and 1, and they sack Joe Burrow, the play that we were talking about that we didn't like. Well, there was a penalty on that play for holding. It kept the drive alive. What did Cincinnati do? They took advantage of it, went down and scored. So we're seeing that from Jacksonville. And even beyond that, I thought Joe Burrow said something very poignant on set after the game. Steve Smith asked him, what's the difference between last year's team and this year's team? Why you guys are closing it out and winning? And he said, we have guys in the locker room now that has the experience and know how to win that have helped us. And that's what Jacksonville is going through right now. They just don't have enough experience to know how to win those games.
It's going to take a minute for them, no question.